Good evening, everyone. This is GasBeaR, and I'm bringing you another cast from Echo League Season 3. Today we have Believers vs Slapnut Magoos. Already had a first few bans out here. We got the Believers already banning out Beastmaster as well as Winter Wyvern, and a Night Stalker ban coming out from Slapnut Magoos. And we're just waiting to see on their second ban. If you're not up to date with the change in 7.07, I believe, unless I'm mistaken, teams now get 3 bans each before the first phase picks, and which I personally think is great. I love a bit more strategy, more bans, possibly more chance to get removed of several meta heroes or heroes who might be considered OP, and that means you're always going to get more interesting drafts. So for me, I always find that a lot more interesting. Going to be removing the Pugner now as a second ban from Slapnut Magoos. And Pugner, an inherently annoying hero. You know, he's ability to push down towers. I think possibly only one of the only heroes that are actually good with a meteor hammer at the moment for the added push. An anti-mage ban in the first phase, as well as an Underlord ban coming out from Believers. Underlord's really good against people who build lots of agi and also a strong laner. But we're going to be heading into the first picks now, and be interesting to see. The first pick, second bit debate's always a nice one to talk about. First pick, obviously, you get to lay down sort of a staple hero, you know. And we're going to be starting with a Bane. And Bane is a solid first pick. He doesn't really tell you anything about your lanes, but he gives you a lot of options. They're going to respond with a Pudge. That's interesting. I don't think I've seen a Pudge in a long time. And Pudge is always exciting. Maybe think about the slight deny pick, because Bane Pudge is a really good combo. You just Nightmare an easy setup for the hook. But I think it's interesting. As a pos 4, he does offer a lot, but suddenly got some nice interrupts as well. You can either hook someone who is being Nightmared as a friendly save, or you can always hook out a Bane who's trying to channel his ult. It's going to make Bane's life to get Fiend's grips off already really difficult. They've got their second pick coming up too. They're using a little bit more time, just a bit into their reserve time, used over 30 seconds at the moment. So they've opened up with a Pudge, probably a Pos 4, possibly a Pos 5 depending on the other support, but I imagine they'll go for another support, and they have. And it's a Lion. I'm a huge fan of Lion with the change in 7.07, meaning Hex is no longer dispellable. It is made Lion and Shadow Shaman in particular very strong, and now Hex is really never a bad item. But it allows Lion to counter heroes like Tidehunter and Slark, who have dispels, and Abaddon people or Legion. Those sort of people. I think at the moment he's all around a great hero. Good lane hero, great disables, sort of instant reliable disables, unlike Pudge, to sort of make up for that. So it's a good support duo. I'm going to go with a Clockwork. Bane Clockwork as our first 2 picks. Clock's wonderful. I really like Clock. I really don't like playing against him, but he's really nice and versatile, and one of the great things about a good early draft is versatility on where you'd like to play your heroes. And Clock can either go Pos 4, arguably, possibly Pos 5, and as well as into the offlane. We're sort of throwing out the second phase bans. Invoker, Weaver, Medusa, and Sniper gone. I'm loving some of these bans. Look at all these annoying heroes we've gotten rid of. Anti-Mage, Weaver, Sniper, Pugner, Night Stalker. They are all people that you just don't want to have to play against. And we certainly won't have to worry about them for this game. That is for sure. But the Beastmaster and the Wyvern, they're sort of pretty good anti-push, good pick-off people. We have a Luna. Luna's sort of one of those heroes who, if she's given enough space, by about 25 minutes she can be so big that you can just stomp down lanes. But she's nice because she doesn't really, she's not all about physical damage, she's got magical damage too, which is nice, depending on the heroes you're facing, and it means that you don't have to sort of narrow down onto one strat so much. They got a nice bit of variability here on Slapnut Magoos, although maybe slightly greedy on the support side. But it'll be interesting to see what believers are going to respond with. I find it interesting that they went straight in for the pos one, but there's always a good saying, you know, if you're confident with what you're going to do, then just pick it and say, come on, what you going to do about it, and shows confidence. I like that. Also digging into their reserve time. People who are good against Luna, Terrorblade's quite good because with reflection you can use you can sort of copy her aura and her glaives, and they're going to go for a Kunkka. Just saw Kunkka being played as a core today. It possibly could be. Some people play mostly as a 4 at the moment, roaming Kunkka, but also could be a off lane or a mid. But once again, we'll have to see where they go from here. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe Slapnut Magoos are currently they won their first game, whereas Believers did not. So on that, I'd put them maybe tiny favourites, but not anything particularly noticeable, because it's only one game and I have no idea how they'll match up, and I did not watch the games, and so I don't know why they went that way for that reason. But they're going to go for a puck. Certainly plenty of blue on the Slapnut Magoos lineup, but puck's really annoying. He's really difficult to deal with, and nice can also go safe, mid lane or off lane. But plenty of lockdown, plenty of escape and catch, as well as a very strong laner with high base damage and good escape and harass. Going for a Chaos Knight. Wowee. Ooh, I really like Chaos Knight as a hero. I think he's really strong at the moment. But they've got quite a lot of control and a good amount. They got okay AoE. You don't really want Luna's Eclipse to be hitting on illusions, but if Puck is off lane, I think Chaos Knight will get harassed a lot and not have an ideal time. That's another thing. Chaos Knight against Puck, if you try and get a stun onto Puck, Puck will phase shift that every day of the week, and that is incredibly annoying. But heading to the last bans, gonna ban a Viper. Interesting ban. Viper obviously such a strong laner that's really hard to deal with. That means they either want to pick a weak laner on Slapnut Magoos, or maybe Puck is going mid and they want they want to ban someone who's quite strong. But I think Puck's better against Viper than most people. Coming into the last 30 seconds of Believers reserve time. Think about what they want to ban. I'm not actually sure what they want to ban an Axe. Axe is, so they think it's going to be a mid Puck. Whether it is or not is not something that we know at the moment. They're going to go for Believers' last pick. They will be looking for a mid most likely, unless Kunkka is a core, and then they would need a offlaner or support. But I think they are going to be looking for a mid. Lots of mids being banned out here. Viper, Sniper, Hugner, Weaver, Medusa, Invoker. So options a little on the low side. I think Storm could be good here. They have good disables, and so probably not Storm. Running out of time, and they're gonna go for an Arc Warden. Woohoo! Yeah, they not shy. That's nice. It's Chaos Knight is not someone you really want to be farming off the map. You want to be fighting at all times, and they got 4 good heroes to fight with Kunkka, Clockwork, and Bane. And Arc Warden suddenly wants space to farm. Slapnut Magoos got a good bit of time to think about this. What you want against Arc Warden, you definitely want someone who's going to counter split push, because if it hits to late game, you really need to be able to move around the map, otherwise that Tempest Double's going to really eat into your towers. But I think they're going to be looking for another mid lane. No, they're going, it's a Legion Commander, although the Legion has been played mid a bit recently. I think they're going to probably have an offlane Legion and a mid Puck. So I think we're likely to have a Puck v Arc Warden mid. And then Luna against Clockwork, which sounds pretty good for Luna. It'll be really interesting to see how much this Lion and Pudge are able to pressure onto the Arc Warden. But yeah, so here we go. It's a pretty interesting draft. I wouldn't say, in my eyes, massively conventional. There's not a huge amount of team fight here. We have Ghost Ship and Eclipse. But otherwise, it's really no huge team fights, but it's going to be all about pickoffs this game, and both teams have great pickoff teams. So if they can get good pickoffs and transition them into pushes and objectives, then that's going to be it. I think smokes and movements, and certainly the supports in the early game, whether they're able to shut down other cores, is going to be super important here. But no, I'm very excited to see how this one is going to play out. And here we go. Start you off with the observing. So I'm just going to go with Ted, because that's going to be far easier for me to say. We're going to have Ted here on the safe lane Chaos Knight. Over here we've got Apsodius on the roaming Kunkka. This is Unbelievers who are playing Radiant. We got Lil Anto on the Arc Warden. He's going to have to do some heavy lifting if he wants to have the game that he wants. And up here on the offlane Clockwork, we're going to have Mufasa. And finally, on the Bane, we got Subsquare. Whereas for the Radiant, we got the offlane Legion. We got Quick on playing Legion, who seems to be going, might be going mid. No Hands seems to be starting in the offlane on Puck, whereas we have Young on the Luna getting the most of that taunt. But we're gonna have some action here. Is he gonna get the range with Nightmare? Does get the range with Nightmare. He's got the cogs, catches him in the cogs. Do we have a torrent? Oh, you got the Arc Warden got the spell off, but yeah, Spike's gonna stop the rest. Oh, the torrent lands. Are they gonna get the kill? Just one more lost. Not gonna get it. Oh no. Oh no. But they're gonna get the bounty rune, and it looks like it is going to be a mid Legion, which I think it's going to be interesting to see how it matches up with the Arc Warden, because it is going to be. I think Arc Warden's going to be able to put a lot of pressure onto Legion, but if you talk about Flux, Legion can easily press that off with press the attack. Whereas we're going to have a solo Chaos Knight versus the Puck in the bot lane. Ted's going to be taking on No Hands, and in 1v1 lane, This does not look nice for the Chaos Knight, that's for sure. It's going to be really difficult unless you get some help. But what they are going to get is an aggro tri-lane here, which is where all of the action is going to be. Torrent lands onto a revamped virus. But doesn't seem to be anything going there. But sorry to not announce who the Dire team. It's actually going to be Saint Sob on the line, revamped virus on the Pudge, and we've got Young on the Luna. And then, as I said, we've got Legion and Quick on the Legion and No Hands on the Puck. But I think we're going to be looking up here because this is where the action is. The Earth Spike lands onto 2, but I think that's going to be the end of that. Rene's going to be spawning in 15 seconds. Wonder with the supports here whether that is going to bring up a fight or not. Looks like... Oh, he has caught him. Got him in range for the rock. Is he just going to run him down? He's certainly going to get the bounty rune. He does have a hook. If he lands this hook, then I think there's a kill. But he lands the hook. He's got a torrent. Torrent's on cooldown. That's going to be first blood for Revamp Virus. Nice Earth Spike cancelling out the Clock's attempt to come and help his buddy. There is a regen in top, but from what I can see from the stats, the last hits are looking great for Quick on the Legion Commander. 11 and 1 against 9 and 2 on Lil Anto's Arc Warden, which is a good start. And still nine last hits on the Chaos Knight to No Hands Puck. Oh, so that is impressive. I did not think he was going to have that nice a time, but Bane comes in and No Hands just going to be able to walk it off. But Luna here, despite the aggro tri-lane, still pretty happy farming away. And not actually any success here for the Lunas so far with regards to this aggro tri-lane. They can trade some hits. But they're pretty happy with this at the moment. I mean, Puck's not having an ideal time, but Arc Warden's getting farmed, Luna's getting farmed, and Puck's certainly not dying. So this aggro tri-lane's not currently working as how they would like. I think Flux used on Quick, but he's just able to purge it off with press the attack. Continue to farm. This Legion has so much damage. 77. Oh, I've missed a kill in the top lane. Are they going to be able to turn it around? No. Sodius is still going to go down, and Pudge is not going to die to Torrent. So another 2 kills in this top lane for Slapnut Magoos, and that is that's fantastic for them. This Luna's getting aggroed, and their lane is 3-0. Going to drop out the cogs, but it's not going to get the bounce off on Young. Looks like we may have some action here as Saint Sob looks to wrap around onto Arc Warden, but doesn't seem like they're just going to trade a few hits. He's going to say hi. I'm Lion. I'm here to annoy you. He's going to back out. Although if the Spank race hits, then and Kunk is here. He's got the X with the torrent, lands it. And Lil Andrew really wants this kill, but the hook from Revamp Virus. Oh, he really wanted to leave it to Arc Warden. It would have got him a beautiful amount of money, but the rotation from Revamp Virus allows him to stop the kill, and that's big. Ted just we actually got a kill. Clock has got a solo kill on the Luna. That I was not expecting, but fair play to Mufasa. Back in the mid lane. Legion's suddenly coming out on top here at the moment. It's doing really well. Has really solid damage, plus the Quelling Blade. Means that last hitting for the Arc Warden is really difficult. Like Pudge does want to move towards this bottom lane, where We have the Chaos Knight solo here. They don't have a coil on no hands yet. Oh, action onto the mid lane. Looks like both teams are going to be able to escape with no casualties. But it does draw the Pudge away from bottom lane. Looks like we're going to have a bounty clash here. Nice hex from Saint Sob. And we're just going to have a shrine up here by Legion. Looking to try and get that early blink dagger. Maybe go for the wand if needs be. Currently Lil Anto trying to get towards this Midas. Got the gloves of haste. But it's oh, the hook does not land, sorry. But still, this laning stage going well for Slapnut Magoos. Certainly top 2 last hits on the Legion and the Luna. And the supports. Oh, go action onto the bot lane. No hands. Looks like they are. Oh, phase shift. Not going to be enough to save him from death though. Nice kill for the Chaos Knight. Puts him in a nice place. Just going to be working towards that Mordigans by the looks of it. We've got Saint Sob and Revamped Virus wrapping around here. Looks like they may be trying to get a dive onto Mufasa, who's also looking to try and play aggressive. He may actually be getting caught out here. The wraparound comes around. Oh, the cogs! But the S-Spake does get it. 2 teams coming in from Kunkka. Are they going to be able to get him down? Hex 2. Torrent lands, catches Revamped Virus. And he is going to go down. And Absodius is just going to have to back out. Although, Young wants it, but it's not going to be enough, sadly. And so another good movement and another kill for this tri lane. Looks like the Tempest double was used in the mid lane, but it's going to push Legion out of the lane and get Lil Anso some farm as he tries to move towards this Midas. If you can get it around 10 minutes, not too long afterwards, then I think he would have done a good job. I'm actually impressed. This Chaos Knight is last hitting well, you know, we're 8 minutes in and he's got 38 and 8 last hits. The Puck's got 22, so doing well, but I thought the Puck would have a nicer time down here. And it looks like we got even more action onto this onto the top lane. We got a rotation from Legion sub-square on the Bane. It's going to be duelled, and this is going to be a big winner for Legion's first duel of the game. And that's exactly what you want. Legion's a hero who can just snowball so hard if you get the kills. And Pudge is going to be TPing into the bot lane. So we can try and get some action here onto Ted's Chaos Knight. But Bane's also coming down. They do have spotted it. They do have a ward just over here. And meanwhile, Kunkka looks like he wants something in mid lane, but Saint Sob is coming down. Another overwhelming odds. Overwhelming odds spam is hurting, but Revamp Virus is here. Doesn't know that Sodius is here too. Hook lands. You have Jewel. Jewel's not up. 2, 1 gets the kill instead. Could just go for the Jewel. Doesn't have the mana, but will get the kill regardless. And elsewhere, they are able to get a kill onto the Puck, but certainly a better trade here for Slapnut Magoos. They get 2 kills in the mid lane. And it's certainly not what you want as this Arc Warden. Instead, if he was getting this at 10 minutes, then they'll be okay, but it's came up to 10 minutes, and he's certainly not there. Cogs bounces all of them back. And the hook lands, he's walked into the hook! And that is going to cost him his life, sadly. This is wonderful here for Slapnut Magoos. Although, having said that, the Chaos Knight was temporarily top, but is pressuring onto this. No phase shift now. The 3-second stun and the Reality Rift is gonna get him that kill, and he's gonna take him top of the net worth. This killing spree for Ted, and this solo Chaos Knight is managed to get some work done. Another Tempest double used from Lil Anto. And Mufasa's coming from the offlane. Can he land the cogs? He's got the hook shot and the cogs. Can Rebound Virus get the hook? He's got the hook! That's not the first time either the saves come out from Revamp Virus. And another move for Believers does not pay off. But Young is going to be working towards this Mom. He's almost got it and has a stack here. I don't think that stack's going to work. But I think it's probably a little early to try and get this. They aware of this? No, they're able to spot the they spot the Bane out with this ward over here, and they're going to use another shrine here for Quick and Revamp Virus. Revamp Virus has had a solid game. He wants to be building towards this this rod for some hopefully easy hooks. Sorry, and you've got No Hands building towards a Veil, and I think a Veil this game, that is so good. Think of Luna's Equips, overwhelming odds, Finger of Death, lots of magic damage here that could really be taken advantage of. And sadly, Little Anto is still, they've got mass TPs coming in, so he's still working towards this this Midas. All this fighting is really not helping him get to where he needs to be. He needs this Midas so he can just accelerate himself, but you know, if he's able to get that and they're able to stall the game, then they should be able to do well. Saint Sob, he's revealed himself. They've got Coil. Is he going to coil? Is he going to coil it? He does coil. They've got Hex as well as the hook shot to try and turn around. He might die here. Is Mufasa going to get this kill? He's going to get the kill. Well played. So is he going to dive at one right click? He's got it. And the turnaround from Sub-Square, he's got the Fiend's Grip. And that's got a nice rotation from Sub-Square there. Able to turn the 2-for-1 into a 2-for-2. And Jesus, Ted has got he's level 12. He uses Phantasm. He's able to kill Luna, who either didn't use Eclipse, didn't have a chance, or just chose not to. An Invis Rune here on Quick is going to look for this Arc Warden, who's just got his Midas, and he really, really wants to use this. I think this is a really hard duel, but if he comes across, he's dueled the Tempest double. I think that was a misclick. I presume you definitely don't get duel damage if you win that duel. But does he have any flux left? No, nothing now, sadly. But well, they've got 3 around here. They have he's got a hook shot. He has got a hook shot in onto Quick. Currently no Revamp Virus for saving, so that will be a kill. And we do have a slight net worth lead here for Believers, despite the fact that mid lane certainly didn't go their way, and I don't think top lane did either. But we got the Mon completed here on Young's Luna, whereas Ted's got Treads and as well as Armlet, and that means he's really strong. He's level 12, he's got his level 2 ult. And they got the Veil complete. They got some really nice items finishing up on both teams. They don't have a hook shot here, and he's not going to look to Eclipse. He's gonna just nip the bounty rune and be out. He's almost got, they got a winner down here. Oh, blink reveal, that'll be why. The Legion's able to get a kill onto the Chaos Knight, who is exceptionally farmed. That's a really, really big kill. They've scanned it out. They've got a smoke here, but they have scanned it. Very well played there. I don't know if they saw the smoke. They definitely know they're there. They should be able to back out successfully. Otherwise, Arc Warden does what he does best. He's hit the jungle, and he's just going to, as per, he's going to work into this this Midas, not the Midas, sorry, the Maelstrom, maybe even the full Mjolnir, and then he's going to push waves and accelerate even further. But we're 15 minutes in, and no towers have been destroyed yet. Which slightly surprises me, you know, with our Luna, but obviously the Luna was pressured more than she would have liked. The Blade Mills. That's another kill. They're able to get the kill onto the Reality Rift into the Torrent with the X and the TP from Little Anto, and that's a very, very nice set of kills. This is this game, last couple of fights actually gone really, really well. You know, he's got his Midas, and he's almost got a Mithril Hammer. And this, I think, will be our first tower of the game. The glyph comes out will slow them down temporarily, but we know he's going to outpush a split pushing Lion in the mid lane who does have a big wave, and you know, Quick is coming in. He's got overwhelming odds, and Puck's going to TP, and he's got Coil too, and Veil. He's going to take down Ted's Chaos Knight, and the Fiend's Grip is cancelled. The duel onto the Knight's Nightmare. Nice. The Coil is going to snap, but Rolando is going to go down. Subsquare is looking to turn it around. He's going to go down. Good press the attack coming in from Quick. And they're able to secure the tower, but they lose the fight, and Young is also able to secure a tower of his own. So it's a good fight there. Big, nice little change. You know, 1.8, 1.9k net worth swing there. Things are looking for Magoos. Slapnut Magoos, even. Apologies. You know, this Arc 1's going to need a bit of time to get there, and they are suddenly just wanting to sit back and farm for a bit, whereas oh, good hook shot, straight in onto no hands. Are they? He's going to jaunt out, but he's going to come straight back in with the X. Nice play from Exodius. That is going to be a very nice kill onto the Puck. Hook lands right, great hook onto Subsquare. Is gonna duel. Grab that damage. Right now, 34 free duel damage. And Little Anto's thinking about trying to make a move onto Saint Sob, but does not in the end. Almost finishing up that Maelstrom, which is really going to help accelerate his farm. On the other hand, Young is well on the way to a Yasha, as well as the Dragon Lance. That's a pretty nice amount of farm, you know. Top in the net worth currently. It's been a good game for him so far. Not been hugely involved out of fights that haven't been in his lane, but things still going well. Puck working towards his Blink Dagger. Should get it in a couple of minutes, and that will once again be a really nice item. I really like this actually. Slapnut Magoos, you know, they're taking towers, they're taking fights, and then when believers come back up, they're happy to back out and just split and farm. And it's working for them. It's completed Shadowblade on Quick's Legion, which is big. King's going to show his face in the mid lane, but nothing is going to happen there. And once again, no hands, just given a free lane in the bot lane. He's going to happily farm this off and try to take this tower, but there is going to be a TP from Lil Anto's Arc Warden, bringing the real one down. Should defend the tower. Mufassa's looking, he knows he's going to go for the bounty rune. He's got him. But do they have enough catch to stop him from getting out? He's going to just jaunt away, and he's out. And that's a hook shot used. And so if they do look to try and take a fight, then if they take it quickly, that certainly will be down. And now they've got that is actually in deny range if they want, whereas the bottom tier one is not. Looks like they may be grouping for a smoke, and I don't think they've seen it, but they do have this is the Legion Shadowblade, and so they're going to move into the jungle. This ward might catch out Exodius. What they really want is this Arc Warden. But, they're going to get Exodius, free duel, 3-man smoke, and they should be able to pressure into this tower. Lil Anto's just going to hide, try and stay alive. Doesn't have a TP, having TP down here. He's going to reveal himself. Doesn't really have a great escape. Should be able to purge Ralph and press the attack. They have enough catch. And the coil comes in. It is going to be another kill. Very nice. And they're going to mop up the Tempest double, get the tower. Whereas Believers are going to try and trade for the top tower. But there's not really much to stop, you know, Slapnut Magoos from just continuing on to this bottom tower. This doesn't look like they're going to try and defend this. the Glyph's going to help with the defense and the offensive push. At this point, with the teleport, it's definitely going to go down. Are they going to TP down and defend this? No, this tower's dropping very, very quickly. And they're going to TP down to this tier 3. This is what I say, we're missing a lot of, there's no real big team fight spells. You got a Clockwork Hook Shot, which is nice, but not that there's, oh, we've got the Phantasm going straight onto Young, and the Hook Shot, and that is going to be dead, and the Fiend's Grip's going to stop the Jaunt. It's going to be a nice team fight for Believers. He's looking for an X. Can he, oh, the Torrent's just going to miss Revamp Virus. Going to head into the trees. They smoke. It's going to get popped. He's going to get the X. He's not going to get the X. And they're going to lose 2. There's a nice little hold after losing 2 towers, but they get the 2 kills from the smoke gank. They get the tier 1 and the tier 2, whereas Believers only get the tier 3 and the 2 pickoffs from the fight. But it's gonna turn into a nice little 4K gold lead. Chaos Knight's still very farmed, and the Arc Warden is still almost in catch up. Given time will be a real force. But with this Legion having having the Shadow Blade as well as the Blink, split pushing is going to be real hard. Looking for the boots of travel, and I think you can't really split push with your real Arc Warden at the moment, because the Legion's just gonna come pick you off. And the Pudge was working towards a rod. Looks like it may just be a 4-staff. 4-staff, fantastic. When you manage to get all your 4-staffs up, then you have a good time against Clockwork. You're able to start stopping these initiations from really harming you, as you're able to just 4-staff an ally out or yourself outside of the cogs. But having said that, they do have a Kunker. They're gonna scout out Saint Sob. Hookshot's gonna miss, but they're gonna get the reality rift, and he's not getting time to turn out Spike. It's gonna be a nice little pick off. But they have quick. He wants the courier, but there's a lot here. But yes, even at the moment, if you try and force someone out and you get hit by X marks the spot, then you're not going anywhere. He's got the money for a Beats of Travel. It's going to help him split push and farm, but has to be really careful with people like Puck as well as Legion. But the Reality Rift onto Quick, the 4-star from Revamp Virus, and the Shadow Blade's going to allow him to get out. Don't think he has any dust. Oh, they have caught No Hands, big overwhelming odds, and the Purge. He's going to purge off the Fiend's Grip, but big crit in from Ted. They could keep going. He's got the X, the Reality Rift. There's nothing Revamp Virus can do here. He's just going to go down, but the cat's going to get more. Quick's just going to get out, and Young's going to TP out, going to go farm. But another good fight, reducing this this net worth lead down, and not only they're going to win the fight, they're going to transition this into a tower. And I said this is not going to be one of those big team fighty games. It's all about these pickoffs, and these pickoffs turn into pushes, and the pushes turn into objectives. So this 25 minutes we're coming up to, and this game is really nicely poised. This Luna, she's really well farmed, as well as the Legion commander, who has 48 dual damage so far. And I don't think there's any sign of a Lincoln, so she's gonna get 3 jewels certainly for the next 5-10 minutes. And she is invis by the looks of it, and gonna be looking here onto Mufasa. He's gonna get the jewel off, but they've got the torrent and the boat. The hook is not going to stop. The Finger of Death onto Blade Mail. That hurt for sure. But they don't get the duel win, but they do get the kill. But a couple of ults expended. Lion's Finger of Death was level 2, so it's not going to be on cooldown for too long. This Arc Warden is still getting money, but they suddenly they spotted the ward, and they are going to ping it out. Nicely done there. Good warding. Currently, this Pudge is really struggling for farm. This Lion's doing a lot of this A lot of this pushing out lanes, and he's getting a lot of gold, but Pudge is struggling because he's down at the bottom of net worth, and this Legion just needs a little bit more dual damage to try and get these solo kills. St. Bob is here, but it's just a Tempest double. He's just going to push out the wave, and nothing's going to happen here, I don't think. But there is a lot of space on the map. There really is. Lots of space, which means Cole's going to be wanting to push lanes. They want to be getting farm, but the more you push out lanes, the more you try and split and farm, the more options for pickoffs there are going to be. And as I said, this is a real pickoff orientated game. So it's going to be as much as you know, these Lions, these Pudges, these Pucks, and Legion. Anytime they're not on the map, you got to be terrified that you're about to get got on. And in the same way, you've got to a lesser extent Chaos Knight, but more certainly the Kunka, the Clockwork, and the Bane. They're all happy to go and get pickoffs anywhere they like. So it's all going to be about pickoffs and positioning, and how well people are able to react to ganks and possibly turn them around. But they're just hanging here in the bottom jungle. Looks like they do want to. I think someone might be farming down here. They believers don't have any vision of this, and he realizes with the sentry. Although the flare is going to come down. He's got got Joel. How hasty is he going to be? He's going to hold it. The hook is going to miss. Look for the Joel on the good hook shot. St. Sob's going to go down. The Eclipse comes down. The Fiend's Grip and the Reality Rift going to take down Legion. Mufasa's also going to drop. And then looking, this is a good turnaround here. Ted, oh, nice hook from Revamp Virus. He's going to jaunt one way and run the other. Huge Reality Rift. But the action doesn't stop here. Sidious caught St. Sob, and that Spark Race gonna get him. It's a big turnaround. Not the initiation you wanted from Slapnut Magoo. This Chaos Knight is a monster. He just chooses who he wants to die and he kills them. And they don't have anything. The only save they have is this Pudge. And I mean, Revamp Virus has had a real good game. But Luna's able to escape. You know, she's top net worth. That would have been a big loss. She's going to hit 20. She's probably going to hit that. 10 all stats. Pardon me. Tank up a bit. And Ted's got double damage. He's got Manta too. He's spotted. He has no. Does he have enough mana to jaunt? He's got enough to blink. Of course. I just heard a BKB. Who just is that the 10-second? Oh no! That is a 10-second BKB from Quick. So they are. I think they were not wanting to be looking to fight while this is happening. Whereas this Arc Warden, he's almost got his Mjolnir finished. Oh, just cancelled his own TP. Whoops. Oh well. No Hand's going to be working towards this Shiva's like some important. Once again, like this still feels really on a knife edge. This Chaos Knight just hit 20. He's got this wonderful power. Reality Rift. This is spelling him. Does he need GPM? He's second in net worth against a farming carry in Arena. He does not need GPM, but trust me, this Legion's got a BKB. He will happily Reality Rift while she's dueling. And unless she gets some eggs, she's not got anything to do about it. Yeah, I wonder whether the BKB would have been worth it to try and, you know, duel this Chaos Knight and get him to kill himself. But they've got a lot here. They didn't have a lot of mana. Gonna get a duel? Oh, the bolt does come out. Doesn't have the mana to TP at the moment. And they are gonna get the duel. He's got a Finger of Death, and that's gonna be a big win. Mega kill streak. Lots of gold going to the Legion. And slightly more precise, let's say. But, you know, they take what they can get. A hook shot straight in. He's going to catch out St. Sob again. A hook out from Revamp Virus. He's going to get the Nightmare down. I don't think he wants to look for any more. There's no duel here on a quick, but he's just gonna man up. Get caught in the cogs. There's the the hook! Totally intended. Straight onto sub square. He's gonna live though. Oh, he's still alive. Oh, the big overwhelming odds. He's still living. Exodius. Here comes the boat. He's the Legion did end up dying off as well, but it's gonna be a 5-man wipe. Oh, this revamp virus is having a great game on the Pudge. Huge hooks, huge saves. Although as great a game as he's had, I don't think I can totally give him credit for the hook that missed Mufasa and the clockwork and hit sub square on the base. But this is what's so good about this Luna. The Luna wasn't even in the fight. And she's just going to march up to his barracks. No buybacks here from Believer. And that's going to be a whole set of tier 3 and a Rex. And he's got the Eclipse. And both BKBs get pushed. And that's a dead St. Bob. The Eclipse not doing anything due to the illusions of the BKBs. But, the reality rift. Oh, the dismember's caught him. No mana down on no hands though. Is he just going to be able to walk away? Oh, he thought it was real. The illusion, and bam, one big slap from that Chaos Knight axe. And the other tier 3 goes down. Oh, that was not good for Believer. I mean, those return kills have certainly done well for Ted, but that's a big loss. Big 5-man wipe, and whole 2 tier 3s, and a whole set of racks. That Luna wasn't even needed for the fight. I don't think Arc Warden was in the fight because I think he was still dead from the previous duel. But it's going to be working towards this this Orchid on Lilanto. I feel like this puck may want some regen on the mana, like a yield or something, especially with this Orchid coming out, obviously. Doesn't know that, but you can see, not the first time this game, and a couple of times in fights, No Hands has been in this position and just not had any mana. And so, but it's a butterfly coming out for Young on the Luna. Oh, and we're gonna have a pulse here from Believers as Lilanto has DC'd, but that's all good. They look like they want to rush. They have enough. They've got Arc. They've got all 5 here, and they are smoked. So I don't think that ward would see it anyway. No, but they get this roast. That'd be good. I don't know if you put on Chaos Knight's not the best holder because once he uses Phantasm, he's less useful. The Arc Warden certainly would appreciate it because he's squishy, but once he dies, you would imagine that with the sort of control they've got here on Slapnut Magoos, they're going to he's going to struggle to stay alive. So we have got Lilanto back, but this butterfly pickup for Luna, it's great for her pushing, great for her illusions, benefit from the stats loads. Was able to disassemble the Mask of Madness to get the butterfly, and Chaos Knight, you really don't want to have to be building an MKB. They are all in this race bit. You don't want to put everyone in. You probably don't need Conqueror in there, that's right. But did Saint Sob see that? I don't actually know. Hey, the hook shot has... Oh, Mufasa's been caught. But is this just a big distraction play? I think they may know. It's going to go down. It's too late. But they got the coil down. And we got the stun and the Fiend's Grip. Oh, sorry, I lagged out there. But the POC has been removed. BKB used and Phantasm used. Oh, it is really struggling. I apologise for that. Legion's looking for an AC, and they're gonna back off. You know, they didn't lose. I don't think they lost. No, Mufasa did not die. They got Aegis. They got kill. They can wait for their cooldowns to come back. You know, if they take a good team fight with this Aegis, then I think they could be on the team good. It's all about this Chaos Knight and how well they can can keep him alive and protect him and allow him to do what he wants. I must say, I was talking in the draft. I don't feel like I've given him the credit he's deserved. Subsquare, like, this is not a nice game to be playing. It's so easy to die to the AoE and the picks they've got. But he's got a lot done. Like, once again, this he got the Fiend's grip on this puck, who was definitely going to escape. He was there. That positioning was tremendous, and allowed them to get that kill so easily. And this puck, doesn't have a Lincoln, so is building into one now. You really can't blame him. But with limited resources, sort of stitched up, rebound virus is going to push out, but he's been pulled back by the reality rift. He's going to go down too, just as puck respawns, and once again, they're at a disadvantage. And the call's just splitting. Quick just says need to get up here, push this wave out, maybe apply some pressure towards these top racks. But Young is already back, and sorry, where is buyback status? They're going to be pushing in, but they are not that many buybacks. Phase shift down. The hook shot is straight in onto that puck again. He's going to join. Fantastic. He's really low health though. Illusion's all dead. He's being killed. What did he fight? Oh, Quick Shots get the duel. He's going to go down though. Lil Anto, he's going to come back. And great, another hook shot. But is he going to be able to finish him off? If he finishes him off, that's huge. Oh, the phase shift, well done. Good dodge. And Ted's going to run off. That's a big hold. Big hold. And the Ted's going to Manta dodge the silence. He's going to go straight into Sob. He's going to get the dismember, and he is going to be going down. They are pushing in onto these top racks. He's TP'd down. The Arc Warden's going to be forced into buyback. Does he have his orchid yet? He does not. So he's not going to be able to look for a kill. But big buyback forced, and really unfortunate. The fight seemed to be going so well, but it just wasn't enough in the end. So big plays. There was so much going on in the fight. It seems like the fights, everyone's just sort of taking on many different people at the time. People don't seem to get focused down, and maybe that was one of the issues there for Believers, but that was a real opportunity, and with the buyback being forced out of Arc Warden, I think that could make his game even harder than it is. But that's a kill on two. Oh, he got a kill with his Tempest double, I assume. Very nicely done. And I assume he's got nags now, because he got a second hook shot in there that I wasn't expecting. It's nice. It's a good pickup for him. Pudge has a gem for the Arc Warden, as well as General Warning, which will help out a lot. Legion up to 84 dual damage. So nice, just getting 3 damage. And Puck is working towards this. That was the issue, and I think one of the big issues there was that Ted did pop his Phantasm when he was on about 1/5 life. And so he kind of instantly died after that. I think it was even just Puck's AoE was able to destroy all of his illusions. But I think it may have been better if he just took the death on the Aegis and then... No problem, they're now going to be under pressure. If this Arc Warden does die back, then I think he's in a lot of trouble. And possibly could just be game. I don't think this Chaos Knight's at a point where he can really take on the rest of the team. And once this puck finishes up, the Lincoln can be really hard to kill. That BKB, Lions looking to buy a BKB, and jeez, like, yeah, if they have BKBs, then really all they have is Chaos Knight. A lot of options damage is magical. But he has a BKB of his own, which you can put on both him and his Tempest double. Should help him survive. He's got the Chaos Knight is 25. He does go for the Reality Rift armor reduction, which is really, really good, especially with strong heroes like Legion and Pudge, who struggle for armor, but she does have an AC. I mean, she has got quite a lot of armor. I think it's all of minus 14? Minus 14. That is most of Legion's armor done. St. Sob is looking for a potential pick. They've got sight there. He could go for the jump, depending on how ballsy he's feeling. But he does get the jump, double air spike, duel onto the Chaos Knight, and the instant Fiend's grip. They don't have a save. He's really, really low. Is he going to be able to survive this? The X is down onto him. They're going to pull him back, and Chaos Knight's going to be able to turn that around. But the puck does come in. Here comes Luna. Pops the Eclipse. Both BKBs, and the hook shot again is, are they going to do this? They're going to hold? Yeah, Joey Hands pops the Satanic as well. I think Chaos Knight's going. He stuns himself on the Lotus Orb. The hook onto the Lantern is not going to be enough. He's got the Chaos Knight. How is he not dead? He's there. He's going back in. And the hook shot again. I think that's the third hook shot this fight. And they're going to hold. The Dismember is not going to be enough to save him, and No Hands is going to be the only survivor left to tell his friend about the story. But he really wants this kill, and he is certainly not going to. Is he going to pay for his life? He is. Well, that was. They didn't have enough. They jumped the Chaos Knight, who is very tanky. But the instant Fiend's Grip, and because they jumped forward, people like Pudge were not able to come and cancel the Fiend's Grip, and you got pretty much the full channel on Fiend's Grip, and suddenly Quick is in a lot of trouble. But this could be a wraps. A hook shot onto, and another Fiend's Grip. But, I think it's definitely yeah, another nice double Earth Spike. Pops the BKB, pulls in No Hands, gonna phase shift and blink away. But another hook shot, Reality Rift, and the pushback. Another jump. Shouldn't have a blink. Is gonna blink out. Nicely done. And we blink duel BKB. No Fiend's Grip. Nothing to stop us this time. Mufasa is going to go down on the clock, and the respawn, can they catch? They've caught has only the Tempest double. Can they catch anything more? St. Sob's going to blink on forward. He's going to catch, doesn't have any sight. Oh my god, that's a huge torrent. And they're going to want to turn this around. Ted's still here. They're going to put the flux down. I don't think it's going to be enough. And here comes Young. Just one more hit. Oh, it gets the Tempest double too. Big gold, and the Hex going to allow him to take sub-square. He's down for 90 seconds, over 90 seconds, and has no buyback. This is big. Does have Phantasm. He's got the Earth Spike, but no one's with him. He got the boat and the torrent. Is that going to be enough to take him down? No. Nice press the attack again to purge that off. But this is going to be really rough. Chaos Knight's going to get some mana and come. He's going to have to be real quick. They have no buybacks. But he does have Phantasm, he does have BKB, he does have Manta. Jewel is up though. Oh, Jewel is not up anymore. He doesn't have the mana. But that's going to be Magoos. And Fortification is only going to delay it. And he blinks in. Nice Dismember, nice Hex. He gets his BKB off, he gets his Phantasm off, but he's on so little health. He's just going to walk it off of the Eclipse. He's gone back in, and he is going to die to the Eclipse eventually. He's going to buy back, but I don't think it's going to stop anything. You know, Young's still got full health here. He can just wail into these racks as much as he wants. or they could just back. I mean, it's 5v3, but they've got Megas. They did what they came for. And alright, Revamp Virus. He's going to pay with his life. That's going to be the gem. That's actually a big kill, getting the gem carry. And they're really they're on sort of borrowed time at the moment. He's going to try and ping out Rosh. He doesn't actually see it, but Rosh is up. But the only person who can really defend Megas is this Arc Warden. But Chaos Knight does not want to defend Megas. He has bought back, and that has been an issue. I think the fact that they've had no buybacks sort of the whole time has not helped them make their defences whatsoever. They will get Rosh, and you know, the game's not done yet. But it's certainly very difficult. 23k net worth. They're going to bring some illusions in to count it out. No hands here. He is going to drop the coil on absolutely no one. He's gone for the Dagon. I wonder if he just thinks the game is over. But boy, if he had nags, this Chaos Knight, he'd be able to run out of his ult as he wants. So the torrent comes in at level 20. I'll explain. I did think he was a little over leveled, but he's got an XP ton. This is gonna be Rosh and I would say you put Rosh, yeah, on the Luna, on the Legion. She has 2 sets of boots. She doesn't need the face boots, and well, she doesn't need the boots to try to win the fight. However you want to look at it. I think they can just siege. Oh, that looks so close. Nice phase shift from the parking lot. Mega's coming on in, and I think we may be seeing the end. Oh, with a hook shot right on onto Revamp Virus, and yellow position. Not onto the top. In comes the boat on the Fiend's Grip. The pressing attack purge is going to turn and fight Satan and the duel onto the Chaos Knight. He has no buyback. This will be a dieback if he goes down. 125 seconds on the sidelines. He is going to sit there and think about how this game's gone wrong, because that is good game. And it was a good game. Oh, that was a really close game. That came down to really a couple of narrow team fights. But in the end, it is Slapnut Magoos who take the first game, putting it 1-0, and I will be right back in a second after I grab some water for the second game.